I was sitting at my computer one morning writing an op-ed, and the FBI called me, and I looked at my phone and it said Federal Bureau of Investigation. And I thought, what in the world is that? So I answered it. Do you remember that case that you helped us out with when you were on Capitol Hill? Because remember, I didn't know that this Japanese guy was an FBI agent yet.
Yeah.
And he said, well, we have another case and we need your help. And I said, because I'm an idiot and a patriot, I said, anything for the FBI. He said, can you come down here tomorrow at 10? I said, absolutely. So I went at 10 o'clock and I said, what do you want me to do? I said,
Was this to the FBI building downtown?
Who is it? Well, before we get to that, he says, wanted to ask you, I just read your book, which was a lie. Well, when you were in Pakistan and you were describing this piece of technology, did you get that cleared by the CIA? I said, of course I got it cleared. I said, it took me 9 months to write that book and 22 months to get it cleared at the CIA's Publications Review Board. Well, what about this guy? You remember his name? I'm like, yeah, I remember his name. And then I said, what are we talking about here? And then one of them said, well, we probably should tell you that as we're speaking right now, we're raiding your house. We're confiscating all of your electronics. And
holy shit,
you're going to be charged with a lot of crimes.
What?
And thank God.
Wait, as you were talking, they were raiding your house?
Mm-hmm. My wife later told me that as soon as I got on the metro to go to the FBI, they just broke down the door.
Was she home?
With our 2-month-old son. And then one of the female
I don't
FBI
think drain
agents.
The swamp is not strong enough.
This is neither here nor there because my opinion is not important. But when Kash Patel was named the director of the FBI, I wrote an op-ed in for a leftist news outlet celebrating this appointment, saying this is exactly what we need to do. We need to tear the place down to its studs. I thank God that I had the presence of mind to say, I want to speak to my attorney and I'm not saying anything else. And that was the only reason they didn't put the cuffs on me right there. So I said, I want to leave. And I got up and they said, just a minute. I said, no, if I'm not under arrest, that means I'm free to leave. And as I walked out, Peter Strzok was standing there and he said, did he implicate himself? And the guy says, not really, but I'll tell you about it in a second. And he turned to me and he said, you're free to go.
Did you have any idea what this was about?
They charged me with...
This is like a bad dream.
It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. I went outside. I called my lawyer.